Hello, wonderful people. How are you doing? I'm here. It is Sunday, January 19th. I hope you are well. Adjust my camera just a little. There's nothing like that classic adjust the camera live stream move. Okay, I just wanted to, before I get started, I just wanted to quickly address one thing. There was a big discussion, well, big enough discussion in the comments recently about my nails. And I'm worried that occasionally they're becoming a distraction, and some people get really upset, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, it destroyed my nails," and getting acrylics done, and it was just absolutely awful. And so I just wanted to finally just show you. I don't wear these all the time, and in fact, I purposefully get these glue stickers that got like 2 stars on Amazon because they are weak. People are like, "Oh my gosh, they fall off after a couple of hours." Perfect. So I put these on for the live, for recording for the live streams. Every once in a while, if I'm going out somewhere, I'm going to a social event or something, I'll put them on for a little while. And this also allows me to reuse them because I tend to stick to the stronger ones. So I just take that off and I put this on like so. Ta-da! Nails. So I just wanted to say that to anyone who's thinking that, or they go in the comments, because it's been going off and on for a long time. So I just didn't want it to continue to be an issue with anybody. These are not wrecking my nails at all. And I wear them for a while. I wear them when I want to. I enjoy them. I think they're fun. And then I take them off and I can type and I can, do other things. But to me, they're just ornamental and they're not permanent. All right? So I know that's not what you're here for. With or without nails, we love you either way. Thank you, white baby. I just wanted you guys to know. So hopefully it will not continue to be an issue. All right? So, and if somebody's ever interested, I can even like point out my favorites. There's a particular kind of nail. I don't know if you remember that purple, that beautiful purple I used to wear. Well, I want like those nails I have them in all different colors, orange and brown and black, and because they're sturdy and they're beautiful and it's great. But anyway, so that's a whole. No, I don't spend a lot of time getting them done, and I don't spend a lot of money either. I basically go onto Amazon and I find the very low cost nails, and I don't mind waiting months to get them. And I'll buy a bunch at a time so that the shipping cost is low. And then I get them. Like I got my Christmas nails with the snowflakes. I got those, in like September. When they arrived, and so I was just waiting. I have some pink nails I'm going to reuse. I've got some red nails I'm going to use in February. Anyway, all right. So enough about that. But I just wanted to let you guys know that that's what's going on here. Okay. All right. I am here. Hello, hello. Larry Girl, Noelle, Sue Ellen, Lisa, these are our troll slayers. These are the people keeping us safe. I am so grateful, and I think I can say that everyone here is grateful. Thank you. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate it. Okay, so, oh, the disco nails. Staying alive, staying alive. Yeah, in the Trump era. So, what deck should I use? What would you like me to read on? Alan Dershowitz. Yeah, It's, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking about Alan Dershowitz. And isn't he the guy going on the news right now talking all about how the president can't be impeached for obstruction of justice? It's just not in the Constitution and blah, 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 blah. Mari. I would be happy to unblock Mari if, Mari, if you, I don't, how would I unblock her? Because Mari, can you make a comment? Maybe it'll show blocked or something, or held. So, I read on Ken Starr Friday. It was the first. Was it the first? No, it was about 20 minutes in. So that's there. He's dusty. He doesn't realize what he's getting himself into. He just wants to be important and relevant again. She can't make any comments. I'm not really sure what to do. I'm sorry about this. I'll have to fight it later. I don't know how, Noel. So we'll fight this. We'll fight this later. Okay. All right. But I'm not blocking anyone nice on purpose. Trust me. Okay. So Alan Dershowitz. Gosh, I feel like I should be. I really feel like I should use the zombie tarot. Yeah, I'm just feeling like I know some people don't like it. I know it grosses some people out. I understand, but I'm just feeling like Dershowitz. This is zombie tarot energy. It just is. He is so awful. And he's linked to Epstein, which is just, yeah, because he couldn't get any worse. Let's see. Pam Bondi. I've not read on Pam Bondi. I honestly can't remember who she is off the top of my head. God, you guys are on it. I mean, I watch a lot of news, and you guys are just. Let me see here. Okay. And thank you guys so much for stepping in and helping out and helping other people who are trying to watch and make comments. It's really appreciated, and we will sort things out. But let's start with reading on Alan Dershowitz. Yes, these are it's like, I know this sounds silly, but it feels almost like these decks soak up the worst of the energy. Like it goes into a void where I don't have to deal with it. I don't have to deal with as much of it personally. Yeah, it's really strange. It feels like I feel like gunk, but it feels like it's just funneling into this void. Bondi accepted a ton of money as Florida AG, then almost dismissed charges against Epstein. Oh, is that her? Yeah. Yeah, she didn't incur any karma from that, I'm sure. Any bad karma from that, I'm sure. Like rescuing puppies. Alan Dershowitz. His arguments are going to have surprising sway only because the Republicans are looking for an escape hatch. They're looking for an escape. She was going to join the lawsuit against Trump University. Got the $25,000 donation for Trump, so dropped it. Yes. Thank you for that. More information is always good. We want to be informed. Informed voters. Okay. Alan Dershowitz. Yeah, you basically just, at this point, you need somebody who's good at stringing sentences together. It does, and if they're snake oil salesmen, great, whatever. As long as it is giving the Republicans a way out, they're going to take it. Sure, he said that, no president can be removed from office unless he's caught on a Thursday sitting upside down in his chair, eating marshmallows and, planning genocide. Oh, no, see, this happened on a Wednesday. Can't, nope, can't touch him. Can't touch him. Oh, he was sitting upright in his chair. He wasn't upside down. Nope. Gotta let him be. So, yeah. Dershowitz is the Happy Activities director on the Titanic. Why, baby? I knew I liked you. I already liked you, and that is just classic. Happy Activities director on the Titanic, yes. It's going to have an effect on... This card comes up for me in this deck as Trump supporters and non-Trump supporters, but this is a domestic dinner. This is discussions over the discussions at the dinner table. And Dershowitz is giving Fox News and Fox viewers words to say. Oh, well, the founders... quoting the Federalist Papers, the president can't be removed for, abuse of power. That's what Hamilton said. And even Lin-Manuel's like, excuse me. In the past. Oh, he's been in the party. I mean, it's not just the Republican Party. It's the, now it's a party. Let's do all the crazy stuff and he's been in the middle of it for a very long time. Center of the reading. And, I don't have anything against people who hunt for food, but this is the Trump supporter who would accept anything Trump says. Who feels like Trump is protecting him from the evils of the foreigners and base of the reading. So this is about Dershowitz himself. These two cards are about the base, Trump's base. And base of the reading, Ace of Wands and the Star. So it's the start of something, and there's not a lot of meat on that bone in his arguments. I mean, that's coming to mind. But he has name recognition, so he's a star, and that's the base. It's a very flimsy base here, very flimsy. So really, this is Dershowitz and the Trump impeachment trial specifically. Impeachment trial. Okay. Above the reading, we've got some major arcana. It's making use of... The High Priestess card can be secrets, it can also be higher wisdom. And this is the idea of... Throw out a lot of founding father names and talk about the Federalist Papers or talk about whatever, and make your and use and it'll make your argument look good, even if what you're arguing is 180 degrees from the truth or reality. Near future. Well, I've got the Eight of Hazards and the Seven of Wands here. Hazard are Pentacles. Basically, what I'm getting is that there are a lot of people who want to believe him. A lot of... They're not... This sounds brutal. A lot of quote-unquote brain-dead people who just want to believe They just want confirmation of what they believe. Do not confuse them with the facts. Do not try to tell them the facts. Do not try to convince them of anything else. And they're going to be watching TV. And this is being personally attacked, but also attacking. This card, more than in the Rider-Waite, is this person attacking more than being attacked or being on the defensive. So, yeah, that's not very, it's just more the obnoxious same. Home environment. Oh, he's right in the middle of this smell and corruption. He's just closed himself in there. And even if he's trying to find a way out, trying to reach the sword, it's just he is really. Didn't he protect OJ? Was he one of the OJ lawyers? I know he's protected Epstein. Doesn't he take care of a lot of people who are otherwise in a lot of trouble? He was. Thank you. So there's he's used to kind of going into the worst of it and still managing to pull something off. But this, he doesn't realize just the level of gunk and depth of garbage that he has walked into, that he's trying to defend. Hopes and fears. I'm sorry, this is making me laugh. It's Trump. It's the Vice card with the cigarette machine and the devil on the front. And the zombie peeking around the corner and the smoker down here who's come to an, untimely end. They're afraid Trump's gonna just flip out and be like, that's it. I don't care what you say. I'm going down there and I'm making my own arguments. That's what they're afraid of. And that's what the Democrats are hoping for. Gosh, I wonder if Nancy Pelosi has a way to goad Trump into doing that. Someone asked if he was going to keep his underpants on at the trial. Harry's mom. Gosh, I hope so. And thank you for that mental image. And you're banned. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. That's it. New rule. Anybody who gives us mental images of these people naked, that's it. You're not actually, but we're going to pretend you're banned because I'll wag my finger at you. All right, what we see. The revolution will be televised. No, it's not a revolution. It's going to be all televised. We're going to be watching the establishment media covering the establishment government. That is what that is. Final outcome for Dershowitz. Oh, some people are going to love him because they can just sleep through the whole thing. And he's protecting the emperor. And he's making some decisions. But this isn't just making decisions like the normal Two of Swords. He's just swung this tree cutter. Yeah, it's that kind of day. Chainsaw. And it's more active, just trying to be more aggressive, quote unquote, take people's heads off and give enough brain dead, ridiculous, useless arguments that will help protect the president. So, but does that mean that he's instrumental in getting the president off? Because Trump loves him right now, seriously, because he's out there using those big fancy names and fancy words like smart people, people who really know what they're talking about use. It works well on television, and you know that. Thank you, Anita. You know that Trump loves anything that works well on television. Okay. Does this actually get Trump? Does this, is he the key figure that gets Trump acquitted? Does the argument ultimately fall flat? Because this is showing what he's going to do and he's going to continue to do. But is it going to really work? Is it really going to, is this going to be another alleged slime bag that he helps get off? You win some, you lose some. Trump's base is still going to, they're not even, they're not going to pay attention, and they're not going to believe what the media is saying. And so there's that percentage of people who you can't, forget it. They're a lost cause. You can't get there. Luckily, it's not enough to get those people alone are not remotely enough to get Trump reelected. So that's the good news. But when it comes to these kind of cases, you win some, you lose some. And there's a fine line between doing a good job and just bullying people and being a jerk. But this actually feels like when a lot of other Republicans get in trouble, they're going to start coming to him. They're going to be hunting him down, trying to get him to work for them. Oh, now this just became interesting. When a lot of because it feels like there are a lot of other Republicans who are getting in trouble. He will always be, Trump will always be impeached, but will he be removed from office? I'm sorry if I misspoke. Okay. Tell us more about lots of other Republicans getting in trouble. Is that over time, or is that because a whole lot of not nice stuff comes out? Let's see here. Some people are going to jail. This, in the zombie deck, this Four of Pentacles, usually it's the guy sitting there clutching his pentacle discs, being a miser. Well, in this deck, I call this the la 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 card, because he's got his fingers in his ear, and there are people who desperately want in, but no, he has his gun and his ammunition and his canned ham and his, lardo back here. Speaking of, we were talking about Crisco yesterday. He's got that, and he doesn't care about anything of what you say. It's selfishness is what that is. But this feels like family, wives and daughters, or husbands and sons, spouses and children. This feels like them at home, while these people, some people are going to jail. And it feels like corrupt Republicans. And then we see the death card, which is not literal. And then we've got the Seven of Pentacles here, which is kind of I get this card a lot for testing things with the base, testing things with people to try to find a better message, or try to, and Hazards as Pentacles. This feels like trying to reboot the Republican Party, because so when is this going to happen? Is this near term or far term? Because that is really ugly for the Republican Party. Is that near term, or is that like in 2020? Is that before the election? Is that 2020? Is that... It's before the election, and the reason I'm thinking that is because what I'm getting from these cards is that the Democrats are going to win so much at the election that it's actually going to send Trump's base into a panic. Oh my gosh, the Democrats have so much power that, stock up your bunker, and can you leave the country, and everybody's going to be, you kill the communists, kind of, everybody's going to be a communist, try to take away anything you have, if you have anything at all, and you have to protect yourself, even if it means, because you've got to protect yourself from these Democrats who are going to take everything you have, garbage. It never ceases to amaze me how one party thinks the other party, sometimes, yeah, I think the Republicans are corrupt right now. I think the party at the moment is just, forget it. But it never ceases to amaze me that the Republicans honestly think that the Democrats are so well organized and so well organized and so militant and so focused on domination and taking things away from, the Democrats I know. The whole kind of thing about being a Democrat is kind of a live and let live to a great extent, and but you can't screw over other people. You try to take care of those who are the weakest, and you can't do everything for them, but you do what you can. But this level of panic, and it's just like, please, I think I saw a question. Will there be leaders who inflame panic? Let me see. I would imagine so, but let me see. Let's see here. Thank you, Renee. Are there people who are other leaders who are going to try to inflame panic? And is Fox News going to be all red alert, it's the end of America, and grief. Yes, there are leaders who are going to try to take advantage of low information voter or people who believe in conspiracy theories. Meanwhile, those same leaders are just going to go on vacation and live in their 1% world, and yeah, basically, kind of like they're doing now. But, okie dokie. What shall I read on now for you guys? Okay, I'm getting questions about Khashoggi and Kushner. Oh, yeah. Let's look at Khashoggi and Kushner and MB. What do people call the Saudi guy? Is it just MBS, or is it him, the Saudi guy? Okay, let me see here. Let me see Khashoggi. Oh gosh, it's so sad. I don't feel like I should use the zombie tech for Khashoggi. That poor man. That poor man. For what it's worth, I get the feeling he's okay on the other side. And he had a lot of help when he came over, but my gosh, the way he died was so awful. It was so brutal and so awful. I'll just use the Housewives deck. Okay. Okay. horrific. Yeah. He was a good soul. He was a good soul. And for some reason, I feel like he knew, his soul knew this was going to happen. That this would be a part of history, that this would have an effect. But it's still so brutal. And the wrong people are being put to death for it. I think Linda G read on him. She said he was doing well. Good. Good. Yes, Larry Girl, absolutely. Send lots of white light of protection, high vibrations of the good people who are working for the good of the world and its citizens. Absolutely. He knew because he told his fiance. But he's okay. He's okay on the other side, but when he first came over, of course, it was ugly. Because the whole thing was ugly. His manner of death was ugly. All right, but it's Kushner. MBS, I'm pretty sure, isn't it? I just saw a comment, brief. I'm sorry, I didn't even see who it was, but someone saying Khashoggi's fiance is speaking out in a video. Do you guys remember back in the 90s there was a movie called The Crow with Brandon Lee as the main character, who was very sadly killed on set? Do you guys remember that? Bin Salman. Yeah, there we go. I remember that movie. There we go. That movie, the person who wrote that, you see, he actually wrote it as a graphic novel originally. And he wrote it because his fiance was killed. And it was his way of dealing with the grief. And so he would work on the story and then put it away when it just became too painful. And then he'd work on it again and on and on. And then Brandon Lee was killed, a gun... one of the guns on set that shouldn't have been able to kill anyone killed Brandon Lee, who was engaged at the time as well. So, you know, it is horrible when we lose people who are close to us and losing a dream. But I think that perhaps losing a fiance is I think people underestimate how much that hurts, because it's like, well, maybe you're young or you'll find someone else, or, you know, but it's just as devastating as when you lose your best friend, or you lose a family member, or I don't even know why I'm telling you guys that, but I just, you know, I don't think we should underestimate the amount of pain that his fiance is in. Brandon Lee was the son of Bruce Lee. Yep, and he had a great future ahead of him. But yeah, we know what that is. Ten of Swords. We'll just bless his soul, bless his family, his friends and family, everyone who's still here and on the other side, who are working to do good on this. Okay, I'm starting to get a little teary. Okay, in the past. Yeah, that goes with that. That was the Ten of Wands for anybody who's just listening, but I'm just going to add that to the Ten of Swords there and keep moving. That was the past. Center of the reading, Ace of Swords. Okay, this is not good. The Ace of Swords goes along with the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords, and brutal. base of the reading, there are still good people in the world. That's exactly the message I'm getting from those two cards, the Moon and the Six of Pentacles. This is the card of generosity. The Moon is usually howling at the moon, but in this deck it can also just be finding peace, finding rest. He's not alone on the other side, and he has found peace and rest, but also on our level, there are good people in the world, and good people outnumber the bad people. Above the reading, oh look, it's Kushner. Actually, in the Rider-Waite, I get the Page of Pentacles for Kushner, but in this deck I get the Knight of Pentacles. But they're both here. You know, the kind of people who wear a tux to mow the lawn, who wear a bulletproof vest over a sharp blue blazer. Please, near future. Now, this isn't going to go away. People are really horrified by this and don't feel like there's been justice. And this feels like investigations continuing, even though Saudi Arabia has said, oh, we've got them. These are the people who are responsible and you know, they're going to be put to death or whatever it is. But there's going to be more investigation, whether it be in the, you know, investigation of Kushner, investigation of, well, it could be Kushner, it could be something else. I normally I'd get a clarifier on that, but I'm leery of pulling too many cards on this. I'm concerned that it feels like I'm just as likely to get a whole bunch of really just horrible cards that don't answer our question. So let me see what I've got here. Home environment. Whoops. All of this, there are things that we have. Do you know how in quantum physics things get just kind of wild, and you can't, you know, it's like effect will precede cause, or things disappear into another dimension and come back, or, I mean, just weirdness. Well, in that same kind of weirdness, we both have free will, and there are things that are fated in life. And there is karma. And like attracts like. That if you are of a high vibration, you will attract and you will be around people with a higher vibration. And it's just time. It's just a matter of time. This is both Khashoggi's soul knowing what was going to happen. But this is also people like Kushner and MBS and other like that, where it's just, you're not, your time is limited. Tick-tock. So, yeah, some people talk about The Secret and talk about Trump and how, well, Trump gets what he wants because he's so delusional. And I don't buy that. And I don't want to get too distracted here, but I don't buy it. I don't think he gets what he wants because of The Secret, because he's just convinced. I think that convinces weak-minded people around him. I think what Trump is getting is because of his vibration. Because look at the people he's surrounded by. Yuck. Hopes and fears. That people will remain strong, that there will be strength in justice, but also strength in the people harmed by this. Family, friends. But this is also people like Kushner hoping that the strength of MBS and the Saudis will protect him. What we see, Kushner and the money, and the whole situation threatening to tumble out of control. So, and heaven forbid the truth coming out because of that. The final outcome, specifically with Khashoggi and Kushner. Right now, they're going to be able to keep it quiet. They're going to be, MBS is going to get away with this for now. Secrets filed away carefully, moneyed people continuing to have money. So is there ever going to be real justice? Is there ever going to be real justice? Real justice for Khashoggi. It looks like people, different people investigating, pooling their resources. That's what that feels like, pooling resources. This is like like Kushner. And his bad actions that his family's money has protected him from being on television, being broadcast, and his stench being scrubbed off the White House. So he already stinks. Kushner already stinks. MBS already stinks. We know that. But so that's him having to leave the White House, but is there actual direct links or jail time or what I'm getting is no, not for this, but for other things. He's still, living large, but there's all kinds of potential backstabbing and stress and worry. He's got a lot of other worries. Kushner's not going to get nailed for Khashoggi's murder, but there's other stuff. There's other stuff there. And MBS, or whatever letters he goes by. Violent end. I'm getting just violence. Violence. Yeah, that's MBS he's not going to come to a I'm not getting a peaceful end here. At all. All right, well, that's that, and I guess even reading on Trump right now would be nicer. Jeez. Okie dokie. Kushner is doing a poor job of it. Let's see. Oh, the civil unrest in Virginia. Okay, civil unrest in Virginia. Is this, because I know they did it annually. I know that what's tomorrow is done annually, but is this the tiki torch idiots? Jews will not replace us. We are a bunch of entitled white boys. Is that? Yeah, I'm reading on the right-wing march in Virginia. That's what this is. Civil unrest in Virginia, right-wing march. I'm just wondering if this is something different, or this is the, if this annual march is the one where they were, it's a gun rights march, okay? So it's not, it's about gun rights. It's different from Charlottesville. Okay. Gun rights. I love that during the Trump era, let me see if I can turn this off, be a better sound. I love how during the Trump era, men were complaining that if I'm on this dating app and I wear a MAGA hat, nobody will go out with me. No, no one will. But thank you for making it easier for people to know what you're really like. Right-wing march in Virginia for gun rights. Right-wing march in Virginia for gun rights. There was another march at some point. It's very clear in my memory. It's coming back to me very clearly, seeing the news reports on it, where it was like neo-Nazis marching, and there were people marching against them, and the police kept them apart. And there was a lot of fear. There was a lot of fear going into it. Oh. Let's see here. There was a lot of fear going into it, but it turned out to be quiet. And that's the energy I'm getting now, but let's have a look. Yeah, that just, you know, that's a go home to your mama card, you know. In the past, yeah, I think, but part of this is I think in this, it's possible that swords are going to stand in for guns here, bringing swords to a gunfight. But this definitely feels like a, oh, go home to your mother. In the past, yeah, gun rights are complicated. Some of the reading, but the NRA and the Republicans have made an awful lot of money off of them. Base of the reading. Even though the Eight of Wands is often things flying through the air, and lots of things flying through the air, this actually, besides the fact that it's not, there it is, focusing, this doesn't feel horrible at all. This is, people carrying lots of signs. Lots and lots of signs and partnerships, and yeah, the energy I'm getting is not horrible. Legislature voted background checks on gun purchases in Virginia. The exact same guys that came purchased will be there. Thank you, John. Group is far to the right of the NRA has been claiming the state of Virginia is going to take away our guns. Above the reading. Thank you for that information. I appreciate it. Thank you, Paul. Let's see here. Above it, 2 of Wands, 9 of Wands. Okay, so what it feels like is the swords will be playing the role of guns in this reading, and the wands will be playing the role of the protesters that are protesting the protester, yeah. I'm still not getting, even a Knight of Wands there, it doesn't feel menacing, and it's with the Ten of Cups. It's a reason to drink beer. I could be wrong, but the energy I'm just getting is not, like, maybe some, at worst, some fist fights. But I'm not getting completely out of hand. Home environment. Oh, and the world's going to be watching. Which you'd think that, well, gosh, that means these guys know they'll be on camera. It doesn't. It's there may be the odd person who wants to make a stand, but there are going to be so many cameras, it might even be, one of those situations where there are almost as many journalists as there are people at whatever the event is. I mean, that's not actually going to happen, but you know what I mean, that sort of thing. Hopes and fears. It's fear that if gun proliferation is the fear, and the gun owners thinking, well, this is a part of my family, and my father gave me my guns or whatever, and it's an emotional thing. What other people see. Trying to find the legislature, but also just people trying to find their way around the gun problem. We have to do something, but what? And we want people who are responsible and who are sports people to have guns, but we don't want, and it's hard. It's convoluted, and it's hard to know what to do. And Wands is the card of action. Final outcome. This is potentially some, but if it's violent, it's like, again, like a fist fight or something. It's not a huge, oh my gosh. And it raises a lot of money for like the people like the NRA, but there's going to be a lot of media. What I'm mainly getting is there's going to be a lot of media, and the Democrats are, they're just, it helps the Democratic cause of more, eventually getting more limitations on guns. Like, well, let's not go crazy and think we might actually be able to ban all assault weapons. Because yes, if I wasn't vegan and I was trying to feed my family, yes, I need an Uzi to, or the equivalent of an Uzi to go kill a rabbit. Good grief. NRA, I'll throw a few cards on them. But I've read on them. It's been a while, though. It's been a while. Mostly I just feel like they are in so much trouble. They laundered so much money for the Russians. Whew. Seriously. It's like, surprised they're not all wearing red because it turned out their laundry red. Yeah, not good. Not good for them. Probably good for us, not good for them. Trying to make it work, trying to stir up, NRA still trying to stir up emotions, but it's not really working. And there's secrets and trying to piece things together, but there's still a lot of secrets in the background. They're still going to be around. But this is as much money problems as it is incoming money, dues and things like that, or however else, whatever else they do to make money, killing puppies or whatever. Okie dokie. So that is what I'm getting for that. And I took up some time talking about my nails when I first got on. Just wanted to clear up some things there. So I'm going to stay on longer. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to have to... Whoa, all right. I'm going to have to stop this, or at least pause this live stream so I can go back and read, because there was a whole bunch of things that just flew by. Red has, Mouse Maiden, red has been the Republican color for years, comrade. I understand, citizen. I'm just having a quick look. The team in defense of Trump, that's a possibility. Reading on that. Is the Republican Party being tested with this impeachment trial? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, Miguel. Okay. Can I read on William Barr? I read on William Barr Friday. Starts at 33 minutes, 45 seconds. The 17th, Friday the 17th. Thank you, Noel. Read on the upcoming week. That, chirp chirp, is a great question. Somewhere around 57, okay. Read on the upcoming week. And things political. Senate impeachment trial, left Parnas, other potential bombshells, impasses, Trump meltdowns. This upcoming week. Everything coming under scrutiny. That's what that feels like. I don't know if because you may not be familiar with the deck. There's a whole bunch of women looking through the window, going, "Ooh, look at all that." Yeah, it's feeling like everything coming under scrutiny. Finally, in the past, in this week's episode. There were some, in this week's episode of As the Trump Lies, there was a lot of talk about even some Republicans wanting it to look like a more fair trial with witnesses and documents and things like that. So that was this week. Center of the reading, trying to... Thank you, cards. Trying to make a toilet look clean. Senate impeachment trial, anyone? Base of the reading. Try to find higher movement and higher ground. So there is some high-mindedness, maybe not enough, but some high-mindedness in like the impeachment trial or people in general wanting to do the right thing, and there's definitely movement. Above the reading, there's a lot to be gained for the Democrats here, but they're going to have to work for it. and I mean work. Near future. I'm being drawn to the red, all that red, and that's not good for, in the near future, the near future does not look good for Trump. I don't know, wasn't Trump's defense team supposed to be, it's like the deadline's tomorrow or something for them to put in their argument, and then the other side has a day to talk against that. Anyway, but it's in the near future. That does not look good for Trump or the Republicans. Home environment. Protect the tub of lard. Protect the tub of lard. Hopes and fears. This card has come up over and over and over when I am reading on the Senate impeachment trial, and it feels like whitewashing. Doesn't matter how dirty that plate was, doesn't matter how gross things were, just slap a coat of paint on it, put a pretty little design, smile sweetly, and lie through your teeth if you have to. What we see. Again, it's trying to clean a toilet, but also just trying to make things look better than they are. That's what the Republicans are trying to do, and so that their stuff doesn't stink. Final outcome, as in this is near future in the week, that's what's going to happen. Final outcome for the week, what are we going to get out of this week? Organization, movement, things coming to light, but also this is the fight. This is all impeachment energy. This is organizing information, witnesses, just stacking everything, just so dealing with all this, but it's bringing things to light versus whitewashing it. Just very, very strongly. And it's going to be really frustrating to watch. Earlier in the week, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, I don't know, earlier in the week, we might be feeling, as Democrats, we might be feeling a little better about things. But as the week goes on, as the trial goes on, it's just going to be very frustrating. Very frustrating, I'm afraid. So that is, that's really all about upcoming week in impeachment. And I know that's not how you say it. I just say it that way to be silly. How does Dershowitz get a pass? Because he's hired and surrounded by really rotten people who have their own similar kinds of secrets. So they just hire him. The question is, how does he get airtime on CNN and MSNBC and things like that? That's the real question. Okay, is there anything else? Because like I said, I started a little bit late because I was explaining about my nails. Does Parnas have more info? I read on that the other day, didn't I? I read a lot on Parnas recently. Did all through 3 cards. Does he have more info? Does a Parnas have more info? No, he doesn't, unfortunately. He's emptied everything out. It's clean sweep. But it's damaging the Republicans what's out there. And he's trying to think if there's anything else he can think of, anything else he could get out there. But it feels like it's empty. It's been cleaned out, his information vault. And the video seems so dark, but I actually have a ring light right here, and it's plugged in. Sorry it's so dark. Uh, just a quick Parnas, more info. And then I'm going to look back at the comments and see if there's something else I can read on. Have a good day, Lisa. Absolutely. Why Baby has a great question. She very often does. Will there be more bombshells? I have read on that very, very recently. Oh, will there be another whistleblower? Yeah, I read on that. Another whistleblower. 35 minutes Tuesday, 14th live stream at 35 minutes. Will there be another whistleblower? And what I remember is it was saying that there's definitely somebody who's losing sleep, and they're saying, "Oh my gosh, you know, can I find the strength? Can I do this?" Not sure. They might come forward, but I don't remember getting the clearest reading on that. Have I checked on Lindsey Graham lately? I have. I wish Wonder Woman's lasso of truth was real. You and me, Mouse Maiden. Let's see. How will Trump's lack of conviction affect non-voters and independents? Okie dokie. Thank you. I have gotten, Janice, I have gotten that there will be witnesses, and I do not know why this is not focusing. I have checked, I have read on Nunes. Oh, yeah, beginning of Thursday's reading, starting somewhere around minute 13, and that is really weird. Why is my camera not focusing? I guess it's still stuck up close. Weird. Very weird. Okay, sorry. Oh, Davos. Did you, I will read on the Bidens coming up. I don't feel like I should do that now because I feel like I should read on both. I'm just going to do one more reading today, but I will be back tomorrow. But I feel like I should read on both father and son. I know what I want to read on. Okay, last read. I'm sorry. When I go back through, I'll look at your comments and I'll make notes of questions that are jumping out that feel like, yes, I should read on that, because I have to go by what my energetic gut tells me. Right now, what I want to know is Trump going to wig out during the Senate impeachment trial and go down there and demand he's going to talk? Is Trump going to, I wouldn't even say it's like speak on his own behalf in the Senate trial. No, it's more like a Trump ranting and raving. Trump rant at impeachment trial, maybe something like that. Is he going to go down there somewhere around 69? Is he going to go down there and just, if he goes there, he'll freak out for sure. Oh, absolutely. Ooh, nice nails, like armor. Thank you. Ranting, well, even a ranting, it could be a ranting press conference, but even could be a distraction, but I'm thinking, even the possibility of him going down to the Senate and being like, get out of my way, I need to say a few words here. he's too much of a Bonita. He's too much of a coward to speak or testify at trial, but ranting in front of cameras or on Twitter, guaranteed. Well, let's see. Let's see what it says. Is it just? Is he just going to rant on Twitter? Are they going to sedate him with an elephant gun to keep him quiet? Oh, he's mad. Oh, he's mad. Oh, man. Wow. This is kind of triggering for me, the sheer amount of anger. I mean, like, unfortunately, I, like many people, have dealt with some very angry people in the course of my life, and I'm getting like a trigger of, I want to just like hide. Oh, he's mad. But I'm not going to hide, and I'm not going to be quiet, and I'm going to look at this slime bag. And I don't care how mad he is. So there. He's losing money. His business is losing money. And they're going to try to distract him throughout the whole impeachment trial. Keep him busy, keep him happy, keep him medicated with whatever he wants. In the past, I still say that's him taking stuff to keep his relative cool. Center of the reading. People around him rushing to make Trump look okay to the public, talk him out of his worst instincts, slow walk things, clean up behind him. There's a whole lot of cleaning up behind him. Base of the reading. Yeah, more nannies, more childminders. That's the base of this. Keeping an eye on him. That's what this whole reading is turning into. It's just. Oh, and by the way, on Tuesday, the book's coming out, something about a stable genius, where it's basically all the ways in which he's unhinged and doesn't know basic things, and I'm so buying a copy of that. I am gonna, if I've got to dig out, coins from underneath the couch cushions, I don't care, I'm buying that book. Above the reading, this is. It's so funny with this King of Cups, because I get cups for Democrats, and the expression on this guy's face, it's like it changes for me, just ever so slightly, because sometimes it's I'm really down, and sometimes it's did I just hear something that might help me? But right now it's like did he just really say that? Did somebody really just say that? Because somebody, it's either Twitter or him talking, the possibility of him talking. And Democrats being like, oh yeah, please do. Oh, please do. Near future. They're going to have Trump on lockdown. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep it up. But he's, as much as they possibly can, they're going to have Trump on lockdown. Home environment. Trump is so petty that they've shown that, like, at lunches or dinners where everybody has dinner and then they have dessert and they have apple pie, and everyone gets one scoop of ice cream on their apple pie except Donald Trump. Donald Trump and Donald Trump alone gets 2 scoops of ice cream on his apple pie, and it's that kind of petty garbage. Well, let's make him his favorite food. Let's bring him, KFC. Let's do anything and everything to keep him under control. And the hopes and fears are that they won't be able to stop him. That he'll turn the tables. And meanwhile, while they're trying to, put him in a food coma with fat and starch and sugar, he turns the tables on them. That's the fear. And what we see, again, it's just the Republican whitewashing. Nothing to see here. See, everything, these plates are as white as my teeth. You know, don't mind that I'm lying through my teeth. See, it's all very pristine and white. Very white, very white. Final outcome. Oh, come on, do it, do it, do it, do it. No, wait, he'll do what he's gonna do. You'd think movement, and you would think 5 of Cups, but it feels like the Democrats being disappointed he doesn't do it, but Trump's on TV for something else, some other. He's trying to do. He's doing the distraction move. Okay, what's the distraction? And please don't tell me it's a war. But it feels very heavy. That Hierophant card. It feels. Yeah, and it doesn't feel like the Democrats are in bad shape. They get their, hopes quashed. But this is Trump. What is he distracting with? What a surprise. He's distracting with something. Oh. He really is feeling like he's struggling to come up with something because there's something else that comes out about him. There's other bad news coming. Yay! I keep getting that in readings too. Makes me happy. But what is he trying to distract with? Oh, it's not going to work. Oh, it is so not going to work. Anything and everything. But it's not... He's going to try every single thing he can think of to distract. But as far as heavy as it's found, it's one of those things like where it's like they break into regular programming, breaking news, or your phone and your computer are blowing up at the same time with breaking news on your phone, and you go and you look and you're like, oh my gosh, and then there's like a headline that's like, oh my gosh, and then you get into it and it's like, oh, it's a Trump thing. Yeah, okay. And it doesn't work because this is him absolutely ranting and raving about the Republicans who are not doing enough to protect him. And when I say not doing enough to protect him, I'm not saying that he has any chance of being removed from office. I'm saying they're not walking around and talking in the Senate the way that his cabinet people had to talk at that meeting where they went around the table and it was, you are the greatest leader and I'm so lucky to have you as the president, that sort of garbage. They're not doing that. They are against me. They're allowing witnesses. How dare they? And there's so much to choose from. So yeah, he's gonna try to throw up some pretty heavy, scary smoke. But we're going to quickly see it for what it is. So, alas, he's not going to go down onto the Senate floor. Gosh, that would be lovely. But there's going to be some serious, I'm not saying they're going to use horse tranquilizers on the President of the United States, but it's going to be close. So, okie dokie. Trump's defense, my dog ate my homework plus fake liberal news. Exactly. Exactly why, baby. Exactly. All right, meltdown mayhem. All right, so I am getting really, really tired, and I know I've been doing actual readings for an hour now, so I'll make sure you get your full time's worth here. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Slip a horse trank into his Big Mac. Somebody's thinking about it. They're not going to do it, but Debsy, somebody's thinking about it. But seriously, thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you to our troll slayers. Kathy W., Larry Girl, Lisa, occasionally Sue Ellen comes through, but you guys keep us safe here. You make this possible. You make this enjoyable for everybody. Everybody. So thank you so much. And I am going to be back here tomorrow. Same pumpkin time, same pumpkin channel. So at noon Central Time in the US. Hang in there. I hope you have a great day and all the best. Absolutely all the best to you. All right. Thank you.